Hey, horror fans, once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Monty G. It's time to review the latest computer screen horror thriller film called Missing. Yes, ha ha ha. Now, Missing is a 2023 Screen Life thriller horror film and was written and directed by Will Merrick and Nick Johnson. Now, the film stars Storm Reed, Joaquim D. Almeida, Nina Long, Ken Young, Tim Griffin, Amy Landecker. Now, in this film, after her mother goes missing, a young woman tries to find. Oh boy, let's see. Okay. Now, in this film, after her mother goes missing, a young woman tries to find her from home using tools available to her online. Yes. So, horror fans, it seems that we have another popular subgenre when it comes to horror films. It is called the computer screen horror thriller films. Yes, that's because they all take place on a computer screen. Now, while there were some computer screen horror films, such as 22, let's say 20, let's try that again. Now, while there were some computer screen horror films such as 2002's The Collingwood Story, I believe that's actually the first one. The actual first mainstream release of this subgenre was 2014's Unfriended, and it took off from there. Since then, the subgenre has become so popular with the releases of several more films, such as the standalone sequel to Unfriended called Unfriended Dark Web. Then we had 2018 Searching, 2020's Host and Spree, and then last year's Dash Cam and Death Stream. Yeah, so we have a lot of these films coming up right now, and most of these are pretty good. Some not so good. A lot of people really did not like Dash Cam because of the lead of that. Everyone hated the lead of that one, but I did enjoy it. But everyone did love Death Train. I thought that was fantastic. So most of these films are very, very good. Sort of a different way to do found footage horror films. So, with the success of 2018's Searching, it's no surprise that the filmmakers and producers of that film and Sony Pictures have brought us a standalone sequel to that, simply called Missing. No, after watching an archive footage of her father, we're introduced to June Allen, who's looking to party while her mother Grace leaves on vacation with her boyfriend to Colombia. Ooh, nice vacation there. Now, right away, we see fiction between Grace and June. So June decides to party for the whole week and almost completely forgets to pick up Ken and Grace at the airport. But after several hours, they're not on the plane that's returning from Colombia. Where did they go? Now, of course, I'm not giving away anything here. We see this in the trailer. Now, distraught, June decides to look out trying to find out what happened to her mother using the internet and modern technology and almost every available tool to search for her and bring her home. And that's basically what the plot of the film is. No, you really have to give credit to writer directors Will Merrick and Nick Johnson. They're the ones that actually wrote Searching, and this is their directorial debut. They also wrote the film, and they have crafted yet another tense and exciting thriller. Really, he has a really good job. I really love this film. First off, they really did a fantastic job on how the film looks, even with all the scenes coming off computer screens. It's like how they integrated all the computer screen information, how June does the searching, how she goes about, trying to get all the clues together to find out where her mother's at. know who Kevin is, communicating with not only Javier, we'll speak to her in a moment, but the FBI, communicating with all her friends. I like how the directors really put this together. It's a fantastic job. It's really seeing that they really know what they're doing when making a film like this. And this film still has the same amount of tension and suspense you need a film like this, and also have the audience care what's happening to June and your mother. I mean, that's one of the fantastic things I really loved about this film. You become invested in June's pursuit of what's going on with her mother and trying to find who is this Kevin person? What is he? Who he is? And that goes to the wonderful script that Merrick and Johnson have written here, similar to what the job they did in Searching. No, they use the same tactics as he did in Searching. June uses all the available modern technology to find her mother and Kevin, and along the way discovers some secrets that both Kevin and their mother have been hiding. It's just like the similar situation in Searching when Sam finds some things about his daughter that he didn't know what was happening, but it's fascinating to see where that if that goes, and this we'll see how that went. And they use the same tactics here. It's amazing what they do from the beginning of the film all the way to get to the third act. If you've seen the film, you probably know what I'm talking about. But I like the way how that plays out. It's almost M. Night Shyamalan like. Now, one of those sources June takes advantage of is what is called a gig worker named Javier, who helps June in trying to find out what happened to Grace and Kevin while they're in Colombia. I like how she searches gig workers because I never even heard what gig workers are until I actually saw this movie. I'm assuming that I actually researched it. There actually are people called gig workers, and I truly like how they how he was able to help her, he assisted her, and they actually bond together. And we'll talk about more of that about their actions in the film. Now, Storm Reed, we actually saw her a couple weeks ago in The Last of Us, and she's more known from the HBO drama Euphoria, is wonderful as June. I mean, she's your typical modern teenage girl who lives on social media. She's a bit rebellious to her mother. She wants to do her own thing, but in the long run, she really loves her mother, and she'll go out of her way to find her. And I really like that aspect. I like what Storm did with the character in this film. But I think one of the things that really drives this movie is the relationship between Javier and June, as both have similar issues when it comes to their families. There are similarities between what June had happened to her father and Javier, what happened to his relationship with his son and what happened with his wife. So they kind of bond those two together. So he actually does go out about his way to assist in June in finding out what's happening. I really like that aspect. I like what the writers and the directors did with these two characters. Very great acting between both actors and actresses. Another thing that drives this movie and the story is the story itself, because as June learns more about Kevin, the more of his backstory is revealed. But not only do we learn some of his backstory, but we also learn this he's not the only one that's keeping secrets. I won't reveal what that is, but if you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. Now, as I stated before, veteran actor Joaquin de Almeida, he's excellent as the gig worker Javier. Now, he's been in a whole bunch of films, and I think he does good, whether he's playing the villain or a good guy in his film. He and Storm have great chemistry together, despite the fact they're in two different locations, but you can actually see if this wasn't computer screens, you actually think they're actually on the screen together. So you really have to give the directors and the writers credit for how they make these two actors and actresses have great chemistry together. Now, while the film shows the advantages of modern technology, especially when trying to find a loved one in a foreign country, it also shows the downside of it. Especially when misinformation can lead to someone being vilified, even though they really didn't do anything wrong. That really plays into what's happening right now in reality right here. Too much misinformation can lead to people just saying real crazy things. It's not even true. They don't even try to verify the information. They just come up with this, and it's like, what the hell? Where did that come from? And I like that aspect of what they play in this film right here. So we get to see the good side of it, and we get to see the downside of it. Now, like I said, I really did enjoy this film. This was a decent computer screen thriller, thanks to some excellent writing and direction from American Johnson, decent acting from Storm Reed, Joaquim de Almeida, and Nina Long, and everyone else. I thought everyone did a fantastic job acting wise. And I believe we'll be seeing more from this subgenre. This was an intense and eventful thriller worthy of the praise that it's getting, and I really did enjoy this film. So I'm going to give Missing 4 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. Yes, giving it 4 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. Yeah, really did enjoy this film. Like I said, great acting from Storm Daniels and Joaquin. I thought they were fantastic. I love the intrigue of the story about where it was going. Just when you think it's going one direction, it goes to another direction. I really did enjoy it. You got to watch Missing. So there you have it. That is my video and review for Missing. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, like, and share because it really helps out with that YouTube algorithm. Also, have you seen Missing? Did you enjoy it? Please leave your comments in the comment section below and tell me what you thought about the film. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. That way, be notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember that horror rules. I'll see you on my next video. Y'all guys stay safe out there.